God bless you, WME family, and welcome back. Such a blessing and an honor to have you. You know, we don't take for granted your viewership. We don't take for granted you taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us. So thank you, and God bless you. And remember, if this video is a blessing to your life, if God is speaking to you through His Word, go ahead and like this video and share it. And maybe you're part of the few that are watching that have not yet subscribed. Well, go ahead and push that subscribe button, because that helps us push the content to you quicker. Many times we'll do a part 1, a part 2, and a part 3 video, and when they see the part 1 video, or whenever somebody sees the part 1 video, they say, when are you going to release the second part, or when is the second part coming? Well, if you subscribe, that helps us push the content to you quicker, and you get our programs a lot quicker, and you also help the ministry, and you help what we're doing here through our streaming and different platforms. So thank you, and God bless you. Today I want to speak to you about Luke chapter 10, verse 38. Luke chapter 10, verse 38 tells us the story of Mary and Martha. And both had received Jesus in their house. And the Bible tells us here in Luke 10:38, it says, "Now it came to pass as they went that he entered into a certain village, and a certain woman named Martha received him into her house. And she had a sister called Mary, which also sat at Jesus' feet and heard his word. But Martha was troubled about much serving, and came to him and said, Lord, doest thou not care that my sister has left me to serve alone? Bid her to come before me, that she may help me." And so we have to, when we look at this Bible passage, we have to remember that in the Middle Eastern culture, when a special visit was coming to your home, to your house, you would prepare for that visit. This was a big deal. You would have the water ready for their feet, for them to wash their feet. You would have all of the delicacies you were going to serve them. You would clean the home. I always remember whenever we would have a visit that was going to come to the house, our mom would make us clean up. Clean your room, somebody's coming over. Or get your shoes off the living room floor or whatever. So we would always have to prepare. And in many cultures, even today in the Middle East, this is very important. When you receive somebody into your home, there's a lot of preparation that goes into that. Many cultures, the way they show their love is by the food. And so it takes a lot of time and effort to prepare food. I remember we were out of the country, and one of the places we were at actually had killed a pig, and they had cooked it, and the pig was there and ready for us to eat it, and they had gone into they had done a lot of work in getting this done, getting this ready for us. So in the Middle Eastern culture, this was very important, and this was very significant. When somebody was to come over to your home, a lot of effort was put into that event. A lot of effort was put into that taking place. And so when I read this story and when I read this passage in the scripture, God had to kind of speak to me, because I said, you know, as a pastor, I want people like Martha, people who are busy, people who are go-getters, people who make things happen. And that's what Martha was to some degree. She was getting everything ready. She was going to and fro and moving about, and I can just picture her with a duster dusting around the home and just getting the meal ready, checking the oven, checking the last minute details. And here she was expecting her sister to help her out. But once Jesus walked into the home, everything changed. It's a matter of perspective. So it's a matter of priorities. Where's your priority? And so when Jesus walked into the home, the priority shifted. the importance shifted. It wasn't just about getting things ready. It wasn't just about having a special event. And it takes work to get things done. It takes work. Here you're seeing this video take place. You're hearing me today, and you're watching this YouTube video, this GodTube, or whatever platform you're watching in. You're seeing it take place. But there's a lot of work behind the scenes. There's a lot of work with the cameras. There's a lot of work with the lighting, with the sound, preparation that goes on before we actually present this streaming video. And so there was a lot of detail that needed to be taken care of. But once Jesus walked in, the priority shifted. Once Jesus walked in, there was something that was a lot more important than just this event. There was something that was a lot more important than just giving a good impression. There was something a lot more important than just giving a good product, about making him feel good and impressing him by their service and their food and the quality of the food and the just the atmosphere, the ambience. There was something far more important. There was something that shifted, and there was a place where something was more important now. All of the rest of it, all of the rest of the preparation, the cleaning, the cooking, the getting things ready, that now takes second place. There's something more important for them to take care of, and that's for them to hear Jesus. That's for them to listen to Jesus. And Martha was taken back that Mary was just there sitting, listening to Jesus. She was taken back by the fact that Mary wasn't helping her. That's one of the worst things we can do, is start looking at others. Start seeing why, well, how come others aren't working? How come others aren't doing what I'm doing? And so she began to look at Mary. And we're going to come back, because this is going to be a very, very, I believe God is going to speak to us. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
World Missionary Evangelism, through its wide variety of mission outreach programs, is an evangelical force in developing nations, and it all begins with native missionaries. Called by Christ to do His work, our native missionaries are first and foremost soul winners. Often facing hostile opposition, they have the courage to reach out in compassion to the lost, sharing the good news with those in their communities. But that is just the beginning of WME's evangelistic programs. World Missionary Evangelism reaches children through vacation Bible schools and Christian schools. So even as we feed the hungry bodies of little ones, we also feed their souls. For almost 6 decades, WME has been building churches in both urban and rural areas. Most of these churches are used every day of the week and become beacons of light in the areas where they serve. Churches not only provide worship opportunities, but they also offer a community gathering point, education, child care, and even serve as feeding centers for the hungry. WME not only sponsors native missionaries, we train them. World Missionary Evangelism has local pastoral education programs for new missionaries and continuing education programs for those who have been in the field for years. WME also has Bible colleges that provide degree programs for those seeking a fuller knowledge of the Bible and Christian outreach. The evangelism in World Missionary Evangelism is not just a part of our name. It defines our mission, our focus, and is at the heart of everything we do.